Alright, welcome people of the world to a little tournament battle here. This is between Napoleonics and Templars. This is off the Templars tournament thing they've been doing recently in Lords. I've been kind of wanting to go back to some of these, I guess, tournament replays, I guess. Just because I kind of want people to kind of just, I don't know, I kind of want to like analyze them, just kind of see how people are doing. And I've never actually kind of done one of these tournament battles for 9.0 or 9.1 at all, so it's going to be interesting to see how this kind of plays out a little here. So, again, this is Napoleonics and Templars, so this is actually a 4v4 tournament. You usually don't see 4v4 tourneys, usually they're 3v3s because lag, but it's cool to see a 4v4. I actually have some friends on the coalition team, so that's the Napoleonics, and obviously the coalition. I'm sorry, the Imperials are going to be the Templars here. Anyway, yeah, it looks like for the Imperials, I don't really know, I'll just kind of jump into this. I mean, yeah, for the Imperials, we just got a 8-point Spania, 6-point Tyrol. 6 points are very effective. 6-point, it's like arguably one of the most cost-efficient factions for right, points here. Take a look at the map here. Yeah. So from my experience in this map, I remember playing a little core game. It was a Spania core game, and I fought against like Leathernecks with some good friends of mine. I remember like one problem we always ran into is that whenever coalition would set up in this location, it would be very difficult to push. Because I feel like whenever you would attack from this location, like directly head on, we always found ourselves whenever you would push too hard or too far in one direction, we always found they would have a new place to fall back to, and we could never really make a ton of progress. So to me, attacking from this position directly never really worked. But, I mean, they're very fast factions. They all have L4s, L5s, and we did not have very fast factions. So perhaps they'll actually make it a lot more ground to take hold and take a lot more than we would have way back when we played a match on this map. Looks like we got some Hussars and some of these Prussians, because you have to freaking zoom in now. God. There's just Lancers. Yeah, these have more line of, yeah, they have a lot more line of sight than Lancers, so these are actually hidden while they can see them, so, yeah, Lancers, you can kind of scout with them, but not really. What is that? What is this unit? Oh, we got natives, wow, man. You got some guerrillas. I guess they're going to be really desperate to take that building. I'm pretty sure you are going to have that building. I guess they were really worried about, I guess that actually signifies that this is a 7-point, yeah, it's a 7-point Britain. 1813 Austria, and I think that has to be a 9-point Spain, yeah, which is an awkward pick, because I really don't like a 9-point Spain. I like 7-point Spain, but I hate 9-point. 10 and like 9-point Spain and 8.9 used to be so super fun. I'm not sure if their playstyle is a lot more different, but it just seems like the way I want to play them or the way I used to play them is just different now, but it was just speed up here, guys. That's a Spanish cab going to this woods on the right here, but it looks like I believe there was some infantry that looks like they're going to occupy some far LC on the right flank for the French here. But if they could just successfully hold both of these 2s, and then just 2 of these 1s, they would hold LLC, though I'm not really sure if that's their ultimate objective. I think they're going to be going, judging from their armies, I think it's just really fast and hard-hitting, so that's really what Italy, especially 1799 Italy and 1796 or 7 Italy, I forget which period exactly, is really good at. It's just hitting hard and fast. Really fast, especially. That's what I really like about the faction. I got to say, Spanish infantry, what is this? Oh, these are Guard de Valonia, I believe, or some sort of Spanish guard. I don't freaking know the names, but yeah, that's interesting. Wonder where they'll be going. I think this isn't the entire Spanish army, because they would see this, but I really wonder if they're going to be trying. I mean, that's weird, because if Spain's gonna be kind of doing like a large outflanking maneuver, like this, is going to try and take this kind of defensive wood line, and he may have thought that he might be able to try and kind of get an advantage on this French player here. Was this a Pony Spania? And he could like get a woodline advantage, and he couldn't really beat him with a shootout, and then he would have to be able to kind of press on the right of the French here. Yeah, so they're really amassed here. So I feel like if they could just come up the middle here, they could just annihilate like either one of these 2. So I'm not sure if they've spotted this yet, but really I think they got to regroup, fall back, regroup into the wood line. You got 7-point coming over here too, so if they could just kind of fall back at, or just kind of set up some sort of defensive line, if then 7 Britain can kind of come up and reinforce, but then again, oh, I apologize for that, guys, but then again, 7 Britain's not terribly good in melee, and considering how many freaking Grens they have, I'm not sure if they can see the Grens. They can see them, so this must be a pretty terrifying sight, seeing these forces being so freaking amassed. But yeah, these L6s, man, that's what I love about fast infantry. They're just able to run up and take ground that freaking easily. And they're automatically just going to have a, yeah, because of those really fast infantry, they have a wood line advantage and everything. That's not going to be a winning shooting fight, so again, I really feel like at this point, that's just such a big disposition from Prussia. I think he just needs to fall back. They just need to regroup here. If 7 Britain can kind of fall on their flank here, I'm not really sure what Spain's doing right now. I mean, he could be doing something actually pretty smart, but we don't know. Right now, he could be making some sort of maneuver here. But judging by his cav and I think what he could have seen, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be doing that. The 7 Britain can just kind of fall on the flank of these Imperials here, or just kind of push up and then flank. If these guys can manage to just maintain a stable line, keep some reserves in play, have some skirms here. What's their cav looking like? Guard, that's gonna be difficult to kill, but it's a small unit. Can be easily outflanked. Artillery's not bad. I got 2 of those guard du console 8-pounders. They're small, but they can wreak some havoc. Can they see that? Yes, they can see that. I would be falling back to the right flank now, and I'll be kind of retreating into the wood line here. But see, I think it really just comes down to 7 Britain pushing. Okay, no, it looks like 7 Britain's going to be reinforcing the right flank. I have no idea where Spain is. He moving through here to like reinforce the right? I don't like the position of coalition right now. I just. Oh wait, I think that I may have changed my mind. Okay, no, that's a pretty good caveat. Yeah, I actually take the air in a. What I don't like here, right, is just how they're gonna. I mean, look at the freaking arrows. They're just gonna be non-stop pressing. Prussia, why are you stretching out? I don't know. There's Spain. There's some Spanish infantry there. But there we go. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I feel like they're just gonna be able to just freaking, just kind of come up. And that's a guard. That's not gonna be something. Stop the film there. But I mean, if they can just kind of, that's like, I don't know. That's a little weird. It's like slight film, whatever. Yeah, that's definitely film. Like, kind of. I mean, yeah, that's definitely film. They're like filming a freaking guard du console grenadier there. I hope they will stop that at some point. I hope. But that guard, yeah, they're gonna be able to split these guys in half, and that's what I freaking feared. But these are very elite units, cavalry and infantry wise. And yeah, I feel like all they have to do is just frontally charge with these Grens. He's completely out of position here at this point. I mean, at this point, if Prussia at all wants to survive right now, he's just gonna have to sacrifice this kind of line and just kind of give at least half his forces should be able to make it out alive. These are just dragoons, not heavies. Are these heavies? These are heavies. I'm not really sure what these units were. I think it looks like just Prussian light infantry, so not that big of a loss. But he just needs to regroup with his allies at this point. And if 7 Britain can successfully reinforce, they might be actually in a somewhat. If they can recover from this, if Prussia just kind of can reform over here, start shifting everything over, get a defensive line in the woods here. They should. I think Prussia should be able to survive this, especially with all this cav support coming in. You also have that chunky dragoon unit there that will certainly make a difference. Interesting cav fight. Not really sure what's happening here. Oof, ooh, no, that's not a winning fight at all. I don't know what he's doing here with his lancers. I don't know. Strange. I think that was just poorly coordinated. That's all. Nothing really happening on the Imperial right. Just kind of facing off against Spain. Spain's mostly doing his job here. He's basically just kind of contesting the 6 points advance as well as the 8 points. So he's more or less doing fine. He's doing his job. Okay, I think this tape. Okay, it's not. I don't think this is as bad as it looked, because again, they don't have a lot of cav here. It's just these guard du console cav, and they're half dead. Okay, they're half dead. If they could just get one good rear charge, pretty much all of this is going to be dead. Just sacrifice these units. These units won't matter anymore. If Prussia can just regroup. If they can just send this unit just kind of get a good rear charge on that, pretty much all this is going to break. And remember, they're winning this fight over here. They're going to have to fall back. They're massacring these guys over here. So if they can start pressing here, maybe in turn, they can then kind of separate these forces from that fight. And especially with 7 Britain's forces coming over here. This is not as bad as it looks. This is seriously not as bad as it looks. I don't think for Coalition. And look at that, yeah. If they can just get a good cap charge off there, that's going to wipe out this unit here. And that's such, I mean, depending on the momentum, I think that should be able to wipe out these guys too. But they are Grenadiers. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Prussia is falling back. Yeah, low disposition there from Prussia. This stuff should come back. It's definitely above hat. And plus, I think this is just landware. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that excellent work from Coalition. That was a good recovery. That was actually a pretty nice recovery. I think a lot of players just would have panicked and died there. I'm not really sure if that's unit crossing. I don't really think it matters that much anyway. I think this is all really going to break anyway. What is that? Yes, they're annihilating. Just annihilating these French guys here. You got another good capture. This is an excellent recovery. I really like this from Coalition here. I like it a lot. Back and forth already. I think this is a 60-minute game? Yeah, 60-minute game, so we're like about 16 minutes in. Already. Wow, and they were like, what is this unit here, actually? Is this a Gren? It's just a light infantry, actually. I'm not sure if that's a more elite light infantry, but yeah, they're actually managing to break quite a bit of what the French have to offer. This really doesn't matter that much. This is just Prussian Landwehr and Prussian line. This may seem like a lot, but I mean, they lost Garde du Consul, Cavalry, and Grenadiers, and I think that was a relatively equal trade in the end there, and if they can kind of get their act together, and if 7 Britain can come on the right here and just stabilize that situation, especially with the British infantry in the woods, that's going to be nice. They're going to be able to stabilize this right flank, and it's going to allow, especially 1813 Austria, which actually seems to be making some progress. This line seems to be getting a little overextended, though. That's a little concerning. If Spain's kind of coming under some pressure on the left here. So I know. Yeah, this is just militia. So over here, some dragoons. Oh, that was actually a good skirmish there. But yeah, these guys will die. But they will have some support. But that's in the end a suicidal. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Spanish cap just kind of sucks, so it's especially dragoons. But maybe not. Because you get some light cav there coming up, but that's not going to work. But this should be able to kind of stabilize that because of the flanking fire. Let's go back to the right flank here. Some progress, I think, can be... Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's nice. What is this? Shastra up ahead? Okay, cool. I like this game. This is a very interesting game. 6 point here. Going to be making some... Look at this. There's a big gap in between their lines here if you can just exploit that. But look, I think you got some... Yeah, just like this is some British light... I think this is like the light Canadian foot militia or something like that. I don't remember exactly. That is getting annihilated from what? I have no idea. Artillery? Was that friendly fire? No, wait, I'm confused. I think that was something back here. This isn't... Yeah, that's not me saying. They still have enough morale for this. This is... I don't think it's going to work. But it might. They're forming square. Why? Okay, I mean, they may have just been a misclick. Something. I don't know. Let's ignore that for now. Yes, this. Look at that. They're managing to stabilize the situation. Yeah, they're going to start falling back now, as I predicted. And they're going to be able to stabilize that right flank pretty nicely. What is this unit? This is just line. And is this the French? No, this is Halifax Fencibles, I think. But now it looks like their center is starting to come under threat because I think a lot of the 1813 line became overextended. Over here on the left, it's not looking too good. Grisons going to making a charge into the... Yeah, this is a good push on the left flank of the coalition here. By Spania, just diverting as many forces from this main fight, because I think really Spain needs to be dedicating at this point. 7 point Britain is relatively fresh. Prussia's pretty freaking hurt, and at this point, 1813 Austria is just gonna be pretty winded. It's gonna be tired. The forces gonna be depleted. In the end, what I think it just kind of seemed like they just had so much concentration of force here. It just kind of seems like they were like able to like. I don't know, they weren't 4v2ing. I'm sorry, they were not 4v3ing this flank. It's just kind of hard to say. It was just really well coordinated by the Imperials, and they just kind of really caught them off guard. I think their main mistake, was Prussia just being so isolated. The fact they had this entire wood line between them. If he wanted to make his way back over to his allies, he had to cross this wood line. And I think that that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to have Siebenbürgen kind of station himself where Prussia kind of could regain most of his forces. But then when Siebenbürgen would fall back, and as 1813 Austria would kind of push up, the Imperials would just kind of constantly pressure. And because of the 6-pointer here, because of how off guard they were caught by like only a single Italy France, they were then basically able to like 2v1 1813 Austria. It was just very well coordinated. I think in the end that the Prussian kind of dispositioning on the right is really what kind of cost him his flank. I think he really just sort of started falling back from the very beginning, like the second they saw that freaking blob. So I especially was like drawing out his forces on the right. I was very confused by that, but Spain. Spain did what he pretty much could have done. I mean, he's just kind of fighting off forces, and he was really trying his best to kind of divert a lot of Tyrol's forces as well. All right, so here are the end stats here again: Lipton, Valentine, Howell, and Cove. Fusco, Isem, Argens, and Oasis. I pretty much know all these guys down here. I know this. I know Cove as well. I think we're actually Steam friends. But yeah, that was a pretty good game. This I think was from this Lipton's, I believe. Oh, that's those stars. I'm pretty sure that was some farming. I never really got to see those guys actually do any actual combat. Those guys definitely, I think, did a lot more actual combat. They kind of got in that woods there and just freaking. I'm sure they massacred. And the same thing with these battalion. Consoles. But yeah, that was a nice game. I'm actually surprised those Tri-Layers got as many as they did there too. That's cool. But yeah, that was the next game. Again, nice reintro. I mean, I kind of explained that before. Nice initial recovery despite the dispositions. But unfortunately, I think that this position was so great because of the nature of Italy and those factions. I don't think there was really much of a chance they had unless the French just kind of did some great blunder that might have just caused a big death and destruction. But again, I think in the end there, that just kind of there's just a big disposition on the right, so that kind of ended up kind of causing them the match there. So yeah, that was pretty good, and I think I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next game. Alright, we're back. Game 2 of Templars versus Napoleonics. This, again, still told from the perspective of the Templars, this time playing as Coalition. So the Templars are playing as Coalition, but it's still told from their perspective, and we got the Napoleonics now playing as the Imperials. The factions now are 1813 Austria, we got 1805 Austria, which I actually prefer. I don't really like 1805 Austria, but whatever suits their boat. And then we got 7 UKs, I believe. No, we got 7 UK, and then we got we got 8 UK, Spain. Very nice, very nice. So pretty nice. Got good shooting infantry. We can have some good shooting infantry along with some mass. Pretty much decent infantry all around. Got some mass and just some decent infantry here with notable cav. Not a whole lot. Just some decent dragoons here. I saw like a little heavy cav there, and yes. Another thing, I got some Native Americans being deployed in this wood line here. So I think they kind of took the mistake of this positioning here, where they basically just pierce through this wood line and just cut these guys off. So they're basically going to be doing the same thing Prussia did, but they're going to make sure that they didn't do the same mistake, because again, they don't want to get funneled here. They're going to make sure they didn't do the same mistake where this is just going to get cut off and they'll be separated. And these guys can hopefully, especially because they're a much faster army, they're going to be able to fall back and kind of cut, and this will hopefully give them time just in case that they decide to do the same thing they did. As for the Imperials here, again, we got that 6-point die roll, but it's just a very meta 6-point. Denmark here, which is nice. I don't know what this is. This looks like, I think that's in Italy or some sort of 1799 faction. And this looks like, no, that looks like a 1799 faction, and this looks like, that looks like a, I think that's Hispania. I don't know exactly from the general's bodyguards. We got some Tyrolese cav here. Dragoons, and we got a lot of, I think these are, yes, Hussars, and some, are these Lancers? No, these are Chevaliers. I'm dumb. Moving on, let's just go and speed this up. So I think it looks like they're definitely taking a much more passive approach. I mean, I would feel like I would definitely be seeing freaking troops if they were doing the same strategy as those guys last time. Those were just balling, just go all in at that point, consolidate those forces with fast armies. Man, that was I like those tactics. Very just shock, blitzkrieg kind of stuff, which is fun to see. Usually stalemate games where you just kind of shoot each other with artillery half the game is usually not very fun, but those are usually unexperienced games, because obviously you usually have more decisive, quick actions with the more experienced players, but they're not going to be as, I guess, they're going to take things a little more cautiously this time. Black Bob here, freaking self. 32 freaking accuracy infantry. Ridiculous. Lots of cav. Wait, no, those are skirms. If they can get some good volleys off on Black Bob here, that would be awesome, because that's going to deplete a very, very good unit. They're going to be going to attack. Like, wow, these guys are going to be going very, very aggressive. They're going to contest this hill line, because they can occupy this hill line. Man, there's not much the Imperials can really stand up for and kind of gain and kind of get a position to reconsolidate. But at the same time, if they're going to be a little too aggressive, especially because you have UK here, they're going to be just decimating them. Oh, yes. Awesome. Yeah, look at that. Point blank freaking volleys from the skirms there. Oh my god, that must suck. That my soul hurts from freaking watching that. I should probably not be speeding up in times like this. A little bit of friendly fire there. That was definitely accidental. But yeah, that must suck for freaking losing 30 miles off freaking Black Bob. I think that's actually himself. I think he died. Yeah, Black Bob died. Point blank volley from skirms. Go on, you charging him in, man. Oof, that was not a unit you used to be throwing in. This looks like a disposition. They're very, very blobbed up here. And if UK is not really a momentum melee faction, so that's not very good. I would be freaking throwing this thing into the back of these Fusiliers here. They got a lot of cav now rushing, because they could take advantage of this, man. If they could just, I'm not sure if they brought any heavies. That's a Carabinier, I think. That's a C1 heavy. Okay, never mind. That's a C1 heavy, so they could definitely take advantage of this. They kind of set up and I feel like a bit of a missed opportunity, but they managed to set up and they managed to kind of form a defensive line. What the heck is happening over here? Jesus, this is like really, really quick. Woof. Okay, like a little bit of a trade there. Got a dragoon on dragoon action, but luckily they managed to. No, wait, that they just kind of charged a skirm. What the hell? That's strange. Anyway, man, this is getting pretty chaotic already. Brits managed to set up a good line there. They're just kind of sacrificing this little Hungarian line just to kind of freaking delay him here. If they can get that heavy in there, man, that's going to be freaking brutal for the Austrians here. These are just dragoons, I think. No, these are cuirassiers. What are these? These are dragoons. That should be able to hold these things off. They will win this fight eventually. It's just that you got the infantry coming up in support. So, oh, look, they got Denmark coming in as well. And this 1805 Austria operating a lot of cav. Only really heavy hitting one is the dragoon there, and this Danish cav should just be able to wipe the floor, and it's gonna kill a good amount of Austrians there in the center. Huge freaking blob. I mean, they really caught now they in turn have kind of made a really big center push here, which from my experience on this map usually doesn't seem to work. But they kind of, because of the aggressiveness of the coalition here, they kind of managed to catch them off guard at this ridge, and hopefully they can maintain this momentum. Especially if they can break these units and then into these Austrian units, and then hopefully the Danish can kind of cover the flanks. What is this unit here? Dragoons. On the left flank here as well, just kind of get some outflanking. I don't think this is going to lead to a whole lot unless they amass more, but I think this is just to pull away a lot of forces from the center fight, which is where the main push is going to be. Got some flanking fire from the Austrian infantry, but they should just be able to freaking charge that in and just melee that. Get rid of that flanking fire. C1s are just freaking steamrollers. So, they're probably going to be giving some fireworks, and now they're just sacrificing these infantry in hopes to hold off the heavies. Oh, that's some FIM, if I've ever seen it. I think they noticed it, though. It just seems like one freaking shot. I don't know, maybe I think it was just accidental. Whatever. It was one shot anyway, so I don't think it really would have mattered. Holy bullies, yeah. I don't like pushing against Britain, man. They're just annoying to push against. Charge some Austrian infantry. I'm not sure if that's going to work. Excuse me. I'm going to pull, yeah, that's not going to work, but if they can just kind of countercharge there. I'm pretty sure they could probably sacrifice some infantry just to... No, they broke anyway. They didn't even need to sacrifice by recharging. But they've actually managed to get a good recovery here. This is very similar to the last game. A lot of parallels. Catching them off guard, some dispositioning. It's kind of ironic. Is this the C1 heavy? Yeah. Ugh, man, if they can rest these things, they can use them to great effect later. Denmark pushing. If they could just kind of wheel against this flank, that's going to give Austria a tough time. For sure. We got a lot of Austrian reserves here in the back here, so they're ready to receive another freaking punch to the face. They're not going to make the same mistake they just did a little bit ago. But they managed to recover from that, so it's not a huge deal for the coalition. Well, let's speed up here. Not like a ton of action, it's basically just kind of some line fighting, but this is a little more action over here. Carabiniers, I think? Yeah, Carabiniers. This is not Ledoux because... Where is it, Ledoux? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that's Carabiniers. Charging in some militia here. So I think they should whittle down the militia there. And it's just light cav from the... that should be a little bit contesting unit, but... I don't think they'll be Carabiniers, so unless they kind of can tire themselves. And then they can totally, but they're going to be... Wow, okay, yes. Yeah, so they were kind of positioned here. And because of this heavy cav, they should be able to definitely kind of sweep through the center of the 7 UK here. And if they could just kind of wheel on this left flank constantly, that should, like, all honesty, they will be able to break this over time. And maybe if the 6 point here, Tyrol can... Yeah, he's falling back, though. Yeah, the opportunity's gone. But he's retreating, and he's kind of letting him get away. But he will be following up with another charge from some Dragoons here. Into the skirms. He really doesn't want those skirms firing. Ooh. Got caught on a square. That's unfortunate. Maybe these guys will get a point-blank volley off and decimate them. But no, they will not. But I would keep falling back at these guys. I would try and regroup with these defensive wood line while you could still have it. Because this is just not going to go well in the long run. So I would be falling back on the right flank here if possible. I would sacrifice these militia and just get the hell out of here with my, like, regulars and the units that actually matter. Some Danish guns there, freaking... Well, those are skirms, not guns. Never mind, they just have incredibly long range, so I thought they were guns. Yeah, again, they're wheeling against this flank here. But their center is not vulnerable. They have plenty of freaking reserves, so they're prepared for that. It seems like their weakest point... I don't know, it doesn't seem like they really have any significant weak points. They've actually, like, really managed to recover this a lot more effectively than the coalition managed to recover from that previous attack. Oh, actually, no friendly fire there. These natives, they're just, I don't know, man. They're, like, only good because they can guerrilla. Yes, I think he's going to sacrifice these natives so he won't get recharged by cavalry here. Ironically, or it's kind of just a layered retreat. Freaking native boys, look at these things. Let's go. They just have, like, no real skill, no melee defense. Just the problem with them. Their other stats are good, it's just, you know. And the Denmark players are, like, really forcing the this Austria player to kind of wheel out. 1805 Austria just brought a lot of infantry, which is usually what they're good at, just bring lots of decent mech quality infantry. Got some guns here on this hill. These are, like, always a pain whenever I play on this map. These are like little hills and ridge lines. They just set up so many guns. I hear charging. There you go. And now he's going to send another charge from those carabiniers there. That should devastate them. But he got some heavies to match. Nice. Some more is coming in, and that should be able to decimate the center, especially if you can get a good melee with his infantry off. I would just melee that, and then just freaking continue on. Melee that thing in the rear while it has its back turned. Come on, man, you gotta start meleeing. Please. I want Napoleonics to win this, man. They lost the last match, so I want these guys to win it. A little bit of fimming there. I think that's accidental. I think he will stop that. Even if it didn't really matter. It killed, like, probably 2 miles. Insignificant, really. That's a little more debatable, but whatever. Don't think any of that was really significant. Yeah, but they're hoping to be able to press pretty hard against this. So I think their weakest moment at this point is their left flank. Weakest point. It's just going to slowly get wheeled. And they can see some of this, so they can kind of see that 8 Spain is gonna, who's basically entirely fresh, remember, is gonna slowly wheel over to this flank. Denmark's practically entirely fresh too, I think you gotta keep that in mind. And 1805 is just not gonna give Denmark any of it. And he's gonna kind of huddle down this wood line here, and he's just not gonna let them outflank him. Or wield any of their flanking. It looks like Sembrin is in some pretty dire straits. Oh god, friendly fire. Oof. Poor natives, man. They don't know what to believe. Jaegers. Keep wheeling that flank. But they're running out of time because eventually they're going to have some reinforcements coming. However, this is going to weaken their center, which then might allow them to have another center push. But this building's going to make it pretty difficult. So they might have to... Not sure if they have the artillery to damage it, though. You got this thing up here. Oof. Nice. I like this thing. 6-pounder foot. That close to the enemy, too. Oh, it's being charged by skirms. That's awesome. Oh, they're going to break the freaking limbers? Oh, please do it. Do a little bit of trolling. Oh, they did it. They freaking did it. It looks like... Yeah, yes. I mean, they didn't break the limbers, but they did force them to limber, and... ironically, that, like, significantly hindered their progress. That's funny. What is this unit in here? Jesus. No, I think that's Austrian irregulars. It looks like something I've never seen before. Like, what is that unit? Jesus. Good flanking fire into the Tyrol there. This is just really narrow. I don't think this push is now going to go anywhere because the Brits, especially with these Tauros here, I don't think that's really going to go anywhere unless they have some cav they can throw in there and just start meleeing squares with, but I doubt it's going to go anywhere significant. I'm really interested to see what Denmark does, because it seems like 1805 here is just like really just not going to give him any of it. But then again, he is managing to pin out like shitloads of infantry, so I don't really know what to say about it. It was a lot more disputed than the last one. Oh, the aside here. That's a big loss. Those are some. I mean, the Robert Crawford here is a big loss, but Canadian Light Militia not so much. Good melee charges there. Some Württemberg Grenadiers there, I believe. And some other Grenadiers. French Grenadiers, that is. Kind of breaking in the center here. But so are the Brits. They managed to get that artillery. That unit broke. We got the foot guards here. I just would not stay. I would get the fuck out of there. That's just a machine gun of death. And now... the Danish guy, I'm not really sure if there are infantry here. I'm not sure if they just can't see them. No, excuse me, guys. But basically, it's kind of leaving them open to like attack some of the Austrians here. So if they would assault, that would kind of direct some pressure. However, it looks like the Danes will not let that happen. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well, they might. I think they might be able to kill one piece. Luckily, they managed to. Wow, that would have sucked for the Austrians if those went down. Because that would have given them some freaking hell. It looks like this flank has been successfully wrapped and rolled. And the British reinforcements did not revive in time. They've actually fallen into the momentum slightly. And now this center push. So now this is good. If they can flank these Taurus, or maybe if they can throw in this cav here, and then they can force these guys to square it, flank these Taurus, get those in, they can just surround those things or just shoot them. That's going to be good. I think this is a misclick here, actually. Yeah, I think... yeah, and now they can just press through the center. And if they can just press up and maybe just punch through here, ignore the building, they could just completely cut off everything here. And that's just going to leave Austria to die. Because now you have the Danes, they're kind of supporting over on this flank. So now the Austrians, they're just kind of failing to accomplish anything right now. So I think the Austrians really need to be doing something at this point in time. Either directing basically everything over here, or attacking, or maybe doing both. I would basically kind of be falling back here, and just basically directing everything over here to just attempts to save your allies. Oof, that freaking building getting destroyed there. Luckily, they can just phase through the rubble and debris. That's pretty cool. You don't see that every day. These foot guards are going to be a hell of a lot more difficult, though. Some dragoons there. This is a lot more close than the previous matches. That's gonna be hard to freaking crack. It's hard enough to crack. But luckily, they're managing to pour some flanking fire, and they have managed to get these tow rows and freaking... Oh, that's some FIM. Hello? Have you noticed this? I think this may have just been a misclick. Strange. I don't know. Whatever. They did a little bit of some filming, so I mean, it was minor, so that was minor. I don't know how to get into freaking disputes and debates about freaking cheating and shit. There was really not much cheating at all in this game. Either side. I don't think this is gonna last. Yeah, this game is pretty much over. I think it's pretty safe to say. That was interesting, man. Again, like, I had some parallels from last game, where they kind of were in different dispositions, etc. But that was pretty nice. I enjoyed both games there. It's what I like doing about tournament games. You get to see proper players coordinating with other, just good players playing with other good players against good players, and it's just how they coordinate that. Because you only get to see that a whole lot in pub games, and you know, I like clans, and I like clan battles, but I hate everything else that surrounds clans. So I just kind of I like looking at the battles, I like playing the battles, but man, I just don't like everything else that surrounds them. It's just a burden. But anyway, I think this should conclude the battle. I just got this epic freaking hoi 4 encirclement here. All right, and here are the stats. That was interesting. That was a good game. And that was a lot more interesting. Again, now the tournament between these two clans is tied. So who knows what will happen? I'm really looking forward to the third round between these guys. Those good matches. Not a whole lot of foul play in that, and it's pretty back and forth between these matches. So I'm looking forward to round 3 there. I hope to see who wins this next tournament. Again, I pretty much know everyone. I know Smurf, the Arjun's pretty much, yeah, very good players here all around. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something there. Hope you guys can see the parallels. And hopefully just go and we'll enjoy these kind of nice little clan battles. I just kind of like doing a little more strategic and tactical overlook rather than just kind of doing up close cinematics, all that. But I hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I'll go ahead and see you guys next clan battle or next meme video where the hell I'm going to make. So yeah, I'll see you guys.